What the hell is up, people? Welcome back to Book Yaps with Ash. We're back. We're going to the third book, number 3, Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Let's go. Welcome to the video. Today, if you didn't guess, I am starting book 3, the Dungeon Anarchist. Is that how you say it? Anarchist? Cookbook. Which is interesting that they've called it a cookbook. So I wonder what will happen. I have no idea. Haven't read the flap. Not gonna read the flap. So today I'm gonna be starting this third big, beautiful book. It's definitely big. Feels like it might be the longest one thus far. But I'm looking forward to it. What I'm going to do for this book is I'm going to start it on audio. I finished the audiobook I was listening to yesterday, and I'm currently reading Endless Night by Agatha Christie. So, I've got some space for audiobook. So I'm going to start this on audio. I've heard the audio books are very good. So I'm looking forward to seeing these, or hearing, I guess, these characters come to life in a way that I cannot make them do it in my head. So looking forward to that. I might go back and forth between audio and the physical book if I'm really into it. But yeah, I'm going to start on audio for now. I have an appointment to go to later, and I will be in the car for about an hour total. So gonna get going on this then. Before that, I have questions that I want answered. I don't know if they'll be answered in this book. One, what the heck's up with Agatha? And like, what's that company called? In the first book, you found out that she was kind of part of like another company that's not Borant. I want to know what that's about. Maybe we'll find out in this one. I think what we might see in this one is the return of Frank and Maggie. And the reason I think that will happen is because of the bounty situation. So if a crawler kills Donut and Carl, they will get a big wad of cash. A lot of money. So that's big incentive, and they have the power to find them. So I feel like we will see them again, but I don't know. We might not. So yeah, welcome back to the series I'm doing of reading this series. Hope you're gonna have fun, and this will be spoilery, obviously, so either don't watch it if you're planning on reading it, do watch it if you have read it, or be Bill. Hi Bill, thanks for watching. Okay, now I have to go back and do my job, for real. Okay, bye. Okay, hey, so like I'm in the car, and I'm only about 4 minutes into the book, but I want to say already, audiobook, I'm so excited for, because, first of all, the voice for Princess Donut has like a little accent, it's kind of fun, love that. Second of all, any of the like like the messaging that they do with Mordecai, there's like a little ding ding before, like to indicate a notification. I really like that touch. I think that is fun. I also forgot about Katya, is that her name? The, like, shapeshifter type, person who they added to their, group or whatever it's called. So, that will be exciting. I don't know why I forgot about her. My bad. I thought maybe she died, but maybe she didn't. Well, she didn't, because she's there. And then what else? Oh, they're on a train. It's a subway, I guess, but, like, I love a train. I think it could be interesting. So, yeah, they're in the 4th floor. Donut's got to pick a new class because of reasons I can't articulate, but I remember something about. And, yeah. That's what's going on, but I'm really excited for this audiobook. Like I said, it's going to add some life to this that I can't do with my brain. So yeah, we're gonna have fun. Oh, I also love that because Donut messages in all caps that she's screaming, like she's yelling when it comes to her messages. So nice touch. I'm loving it. Let's go, baby. I'm going back to it. See you later. I'm back in the car, only it's a different day now, and I'm in a different outfit to show that time has passed. So what's going on in this book? You tell me, I'll tell you. You don't tell me. So like they're in this, the floor is train themed, but more like subway and less like whimsical train, which is fine. And they've just been like killing monsters and stuff, trying to figure out like what's going on here, you know, typical like learning a new floor, getting a plan type stuff, okay? And then Carl and Donut got fan boxes. I cannot remember from what, but they got fan boxes. And Carl, the fans voted for him to be able to pick his own prize, which I guess is very rare. And there was a guy, I guess, that showed up to do essentially like a game show where he picks his prize out of a carousel of prizes. But Mordecai tried to beat the guy up or something. And then he got put on the naughty list. And now he's on timeout for 7 days. And they only have like 8 days. 8.5 on the floor. So they're without their manager. And so we don't know the history of Mordecai and this guy. All we know is that based on what he said, like he saved Mordecai's life. The thing that he did was like he had no choice, and he also saved Odette. And he didn't know that Mordecai was a manager and still in the dungeons, but clearly the people who voted did so that the two would be reunited for some sort of entertainment purposes or to fuck with Carl. So that's where we're at. And another important plot point, the prize that he chose was the Anarchist's Cookbook. Ding ding, that's the title of the book. So obviously that means something, and we're gonna find out what it means. So I'm gonna turn left now, and I'm gonna go back to listening for a couple more minutes before I get home. Bye. Okay, here's what's up. The cookbook is passed down from previous crawlers, and it has like info, recipes, how to beat monsters, notes, etc. So that's kind of cool, because while they don't have their manager right now, they do have that. And it's kind of like a secret. Like, it's a book that the AI and shit knows about, but like, not really. They went to this bar, and the chapter ended, so I don't know what's going on, but Donut just killed somebody. Got the skull above her name. That you get when you kill a crawler. But I think they tried to kill her, and then her, like, cockroachy power, where the first fatal hit doesn't kill her, came into play. And so she came back to life, or didn't die, whatever. And then she killed that guy. So, whoa, crazy stuff's happening. Okay, hi, T. Okay, so Katya goes to Carl, and she's like, I gotta tell you a secret. And he's like, what? She and Donut were separate from Carl because he was doing some shit on the train. And Katya saw Donut get rid of a piece of paper using a third eye. Katya shouldn't have been able to see Donut do this, but she was. Okay, and then the thing that Donut got rid of was a coupon that said if she killed Carl, she would get rewards. And I guess when you kill another crawler, you get a savage box. You get that box, and it comes with a coupon to like kill members of your party. Okay? And Carl's like, oh, you know, at first he was like, oh damn, is she gonna kill me? But then he was like, no, she got rid of it, so she's not gonna kill me. Cool, right? But then Katya's like, well, you actually get multiple coupons, and she didn't get rid of the one with my name on it because Katya's in their party. So either there's two options here. One, she got rid of it at another time. Two, she is potentially planning on killing Katya. Crazy cat, am I right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Also, I have a message for B. because I just found something out. Fuck you. I found out that she was gonna sell Donut. She was gonna get a kitten and sell Donut because she would sell for a lot. Fuck you, B. That's all I have to say about that. Hello. So in pure me fashion, I am way further into this book than last time I talked to you. Because I've been reading it and not recording things, and I've been hanging out with Haven. So let's chat about what the hell's going on in this book. Which, first of all, most of the time I don't actually super know, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Okay, this floor is set on a bunch of train tracks. I feel like I mentioned that, but it's confusing as hell. Like, they are not normal train tracks. This is not a normal subway system or whatever. It's confusing, and it's so confusing that the characters don't even understand how they work. There are multiple lines with the same name, stations with the same name and number. I don't know. So a lot of the time there's been talk of like where they're at on the line when there's been action on like moving trains. I haven't had a full clue of like what's happening. But I'm still along for the ride. I'm kind of getting it, I guess. Like, I got it enough to know that essentially like Carl and Donut and Katya have been trying to help all the other crawlers like figure out how to get to the stairwells. Because obviously they could just figure it out for themselves and then move on, but they have been going out of their way to help them. And the cookbook has been helpful for Carl and figuring things out with Mordecai not there. So that has been good. One of my questions has been answered. So everybody knows I've been going, what about Frank and Maggie? What about Frank and Maggie? Blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? We saw Frank. And he was in a bar, and he was waiting in the bar, like in the Desperado Club, I think, for Carl. He's been waiting for Carl to show up. He has separated from Maggie, and they are not together anymore, and he hates her, or whatever. And he doesn't want to kill Carl for revenge. He wants to give him this ring that he has. And the ring is essentially, you put it on, and then you mark a crawler that's at full health, and you mark them for death, essentially. So if you're wearing the ring, you mark a crawler, they die, then you get like a huge boost in stat points, and you can really like increase your skill and strength really quickly if the gamble works out. So what happened was Frank and Maggie made their daughter wear this ring so that she could gain strength. Are you following? Okay. So she puts the ring on. She marks Carl. Carl puts that grenade, which wasn't intended to kill them, but the grenade goes off. And, oh, another thing, and you're going to want to hear this too. If you mark a crawler for death and they don't die, if you mark a crawler for death, you can't heal yourself until they are dead. So the grenade goes off. Their daughter, whose name escapes me, is injured, but because she's marked Carl and he's still alive, she can't heal herself. And that is why Maggie kills her. It's like in, what's the word? You know the word. What's the freaking word? I'll probably remember it after. I'm gonna look it up. This is the word. So, anyways, Frank says that, you know, the ring was a curse to them. He does still kind of blame Carl, and his revenge is giving him the ring so that he uses it and, like, fucks up his own dungeon life, I guess. But Carl's kind of got the, like, you know, he's in the mindset that's like, I get you were trying to protect your daughter, but I'm trying to protect Donut, and I would never make her do that. Like, I would never give her the ring. We would find another way. That's not a risk. So he has the ring, and when he wears it, he's stronger, so he wears it. But I don't You know, I don't know if he will use it for its intended purpose. I feel like it's getting like a Lord of the Rings vibe, that like there's power in it kind of thing, you know? So that was huge. We still don't know where Maggie is. We don't know if she's used the potion that can help her find Carl. We don't know that yet. But Frank, he's been trying to die. He's probably going to stay in that club at that bar drunk as a skunk until the floor collapses and we might not see him again. I don't know. He also said he's a coward and takes the easiest way out, which is why he ended up on the 4th floor. To begin with, another thing, and stay with me here. Another big plot point. Katya was part of this like daughters party. A bunch of women. Which was kind of led by someone named Hecla. Who they knew, like who Katya knew before. And she left that party, went into Carl and Donut's party for a bit. I can't remember the reason, okay? I'm sure there's a reason, but I can't remember. They kind of meet up again. Hecla's party finds Katya. And Katya is a shapeshifter, so she's really learning how to like take metals and materials and like make herself big and strong and whatever. And they use Hecla to kill a bunch of monsters. They basically like get her to become this big scoop and like attach to the front of the train and just run monsters over and kill them. So she gets a lot of points. She levels up. She becomes like maybe the highest ranking crawler after all that. But also, while she's doing that, Hecla shoots her with an invisible arrow to try and kill her. And the arrow, like if you hit someone with it and they die, because it's invisible, like you won't get the skull, you won't get the stat points, you won't level up, blah blah blah. But she wants to kill Hecla for a reason. Oh, and the reason is so that Carl gets mad and then all her like girls kill Carl basically, and then Donut joins in with them. And the reason that they want Donut to join is because she has some sort of a weapon, I think, that if, like, the more women in your party, the stronger it gets. So she just doesn't want Carl around because he's a dude. But it backfires because Donut sees this happen. Yeah, it doesn't work the way intended. And then Katya kills Hecla. Just, like, uses her, like, smash power or whatever. Or rush. It's rush. And just, like, all her like 2-ton body weight just goes like into Hecla, and Hecla dies. So then she gets the bounty from killing one of the top 10 crawlers, levels up, blah blah blah. So those are kind of some big points. Now there's stuff going on that I'm trying to follow. Essentially there's chaos being created for getting to the stairwells, and Carl seems to have figured it out. So he's trying to help as many people as possible get to the stairwells. And Mordecai's back now. And I'm really close to the end. I've got like less than 100 pages left. Like 70 pages. So yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between audio and physical book. I'm having fun. That's it. What do you think? I am done. Another Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Another one bites the dust. And I had a great time once again. Since I talked to you yesterday, when I told you all about, hi Cinnamon, how I didn't know what was going on for some things, that continued right up to the end. The train thing, I like trains, but there was no logic, no rhyme or reason to it, so I struggled with that. But what happened was they came up with this grand plan to try to get to the stairwells, which Carl decided should involve summoning a god that can't be killed on this floor, and then pushing him into like the abyss or something through a portal. I don't know. Anyways, the plan went wrong because Carl got sucked into the portal with the god. Ironically, because his feet are so strong now that he didn't feel the guy grabbing onto his foot. And then it ended up being this huge boss battle, even though he couldn't do anything about killing the boss or the god. But then also, like, the guy from, like, the Skeleton Empire was playing the boss god, I think. Anyways, yeah. Obviously he didn't kill the god, but he did, that he made it so that there's a rule when you summon a god, they're only around for like 5 minutes, so he just kind of had to kill the time. But the way that the time was killed was all of his friends swooped in. Jonah and Katya and Ellie and Imani, I think, they all swooped in to try and distract from Carl and essentially like wind the clock down. And even Katya shapeshifted into Carl so that the god like followed her instead of him, and then it was this whole thing. So then they made it out of the floor, they made it down to the 5th one, and they went for an interview with Audette, who ended up sponsoring Hecla. We don't fully know why yet, but Carl kind of called that out. Their PR person, Zev, is not their PR person anymore. They have a new person, and the reason is because they're trying to stop talk show hosts from feeding crawlers information because it's not equitable, I guess. So they're mad because Odette told them something. Yeah, they got a preview of the next floor, which they are gonna have to storm a gnome castle and like fight the gnomes or something. And that's how they'll beat the floor. And they're gonna be really separated from all of their friends, which sucks because they were really starting to band together. But we've still got the cookbook, we still got Mordecai, and we've still got more books to read. So this was 3 and I'm gonna go to 4 next. That's how it works. So yeah, I gave this one 4 stars. Literally the only reason is because the whole train thing was confusing and I didn't really feel like I knew what was going on. But maybe that's my fault, like not Matt's fault. So that's it. That has been my reading vlog for Dungeon Crawler Carl 3. Thanks for continuing to watch me talk about this. It, like, I don't know why you are here, because this can't be good.